once again. Hello to the void. Mm, If anyone's there, I'm glad you joined me. I'm not really expecting anyone to join me for this particular game. It's a pretty basic game. Many people would, I mean, it's not just basic, it was intended to be incredibly basic. It was created partly because they thought, Square Enix thought the US and probably even European players were not smart enough to enjoy JRPGs. So this was created as a kind of a trainer. It's not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a game I really enjoyed growing up. And it does have a special place in my heart, and it's a little bit goofy. The dialogue isn't serious, the story is straightforward. There's nothing really complicated about it. I imagine this entire game could be finished in less than 4 hours. Anyway, if anyone's there, thank you for joining again. We will go ahead and move over to the game. And of course, what do you mean who let me set up this late? I allowed myself to set up this late. Though I might have forgotten to check the controller. This won't take too long, just one of those cases where it doesn't have a tendency to remember things. So how are you tonight, Inky? Why are you up so late? Angry. Oh, is it only 10:30 there? Yes, I mean it's only about 12:30 here. So what game are we going to have for our collab? You said Kirby and trying to remember. I've never played N64 Kirby before. WarioWare. That's actually a game I played before, at least the old one. My village is gone. What on earth is happening? This place is going to sink any second. Let's climb up quick. I, I'm confused. Press B, and then press the B button and jump across. You don't have to crumble so slow. Look over there, that's the focus tower, once the heart of the world. An old prophecy says the Vile Four will steal the power and divide the world behind four doors. At that time, the night will appear. The prophecy has now come true. Four monsters have locked the doors of the focus tower and escaped with the keys. They're draining the light from the four crystals of Earth, and the world is in chaos. The people are in desperate need of help. Jaybird, only you can save the crystals and the world. Why is this game making you mad, Inky? Me? Yes, you, Jaybird. Only you could be the knight spoken of in the prophecy. Look out, a monster! I grew up with this game, Linky. I, I'm sure there are games that you like that are not great, but you just kind of grew up with them. Seems I was right. At last, I found a true knight. But you said you were sure I was the one. uh, yeah, I kind of understand that. It doesn't happen to me very often, but occasionally you get kind of frustrated and then everything gets under your skin. Well, actually, it was more of a guess. Forget it. Just tell me where I can find the crystals. It's up to you to find them. This place is becoming dangerous. Follow me to the level forest. Gotta get out of here. Who is that guy anyway? There you are. Who do you think? What do you think I should do first? How you doing, Tonberry? Wouldn't have expected you here. Save the Crystal of Earth. See you. Oh no. Is this Catman? He kind of is when you think about it. That emote has been synonymous with him for a long time. Another reason to be angry. That boulder is blocking my way to town. Would you shove it aside? Oh, I have to jump over you. Thank you. If you want to go through this forest, find Kaylee in Foresta and show her this. Tree wither. Why, thank you, sir. So Tonberry, how's your day been? Strange leaves are growing in the level forest. Okay. The Crystal of Earth is to the north in the Bone Dungeon. I'm glad to hear that. The monster can drain energy from a person. I'm really... Oh, I forgot. I'm really just a child. Forgot that this is technically a village of young people. Found 3 cure potions. Can you save all 4 crystals? I hope. If you're tired, have a rest on that bed. Thanks for the help back there. Take the chest in the back. Well, I mean, age is subjective. I mean, maybe the way you feel at an age is subjective. I don't know about age itself being subjective. Thank you, sir. I like to think not, but a lot of people would say it is. My husband Mac forgot his captain cap. I hope nothing happens. Oh, okay. It must be some sort of Japanese thing. Me being a weeb? I mean, I never considered myself such. I'm Kaylee. There's a tree blocking the north exit of the level forest. I can chop down the tree, but monsters have taken over the forest and I can't get to it. I can help you with that. Come on, let's go. Don't you dare take Kaylee anywhere dangerous. Listen, Mom. Hey, that tree wither looks awful. How much how much the trees must be suffering. Okay, you win. Why, thank you. Don't worry, Mom. I mean, Inky, you're not too far off. I think 14 is the average age for JRPG protagonists. And you are not entirely incorrect. I kind of do not view it that way, but you are correct. And they are 10. We got to reach the north exit. Oh, I should have healed. No, no way to speed that up from there. Kaylee, you hit hard enough that you one-shot these things. It is not. Excuse me, I made a slight mistake. So this game is fairly wonky. If memory serves, most of these chests just reset every single time you come across them. That's it. Whoa. I could. I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Not a big fan of the state of the game, but I do know how to play it. Exodia! I've never played Exodia before, but that's just a lot of drawing. You know, you would think that slimes would be a more powerful monster. I mean, I don't know how they kill them with swords. It's true. The red caps are pretty scary, which are the other enemy in this forest that's just normal. In actual lore, I mean, the reason they're caps are they're actually battle-hungry gnome-like creatures, I believe. And the reason their caps are red is because it's been soaked in blood. So one of the peculiar things about this game compared to any other Final Fantasy game is that they have an arch enemy called the Blue Tops. I I have heard a little bit about that. It literally is just a misdirection. I just needed a number. So it has so many years away from my birthday. So it's within a ballpark range of when I was born. Yeah, but yeah, I have seen something about blue tops or blue hats not that long ago, but I've never heard anything about them. So I don't know what they do or how they act. I just know the red caps themselves are pretty vicious. This is the evil tree I was talking about. Aha, surprise. He poisoned me, just like he did the trees. Oh, that's interesting. In that D&D arc, are the red caps also gnomes, or are they something else? Oh, red caps are goblins. That makes a lot of sense. I was wondering if that what it would end up being. I mean, I'm not saying the term was red cap, but Kaylee, what happened? I'll be okay as soon as I take elixir. That's in the sand dungeon castle. Don't worry, I'll get it. Then take this axe with you. Remember when they were engines? I'll be back. I'm not quite that old, but I am aware of what you're referring to. A blood and crypts joke. I don't know what Blood and Crypts is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what those are. See, I heard Bloods before, but never Crypts. I would have been one young Blood. So there's a way to cheese most every part of this game. It, and I believe it's within throwing distance of where I'm at the moment. There's this spell called Exit. Yeah, we'll save. And Exit, while you don't get any EXP for casting it, it does provide something very interesting in that it will instantly end the fight and get rid of the monster if you cast it on the monster. And what makes it so cheesy is you can cast it on every boss up until like the last 3 bosses. Yeah, prioritize these things, don't I? Empty. Looking for some cure, kid? First of all, my name is Jaybird, and I'm looking for elixir. I'll sell you some for, say, 9,000 GP. Well, whoa, that's way too much. Listen, kid, this stuff is precious, right? My allowance is only 2 gold pieces a month. Then let's do it this way. I'm going to the Bone Dungeon to find treasure, and you come with me and help. If I get the treasure, you get the elixir. Do I have any choice? When do we go? There's a battlefield nearby. Why don't you whack a few monsters there and maybe win something, kid? Name's Jaybird. Tristram. 9,000 Grand Prix. I don't even know if you can get 9,000 GP in this game. Ugh. Misses in this game is rough. I don't know if I've ever seen a game that had such a high miss chance. So were either one of you there for when Empress finished her Final Fantasy VII run? I didn't get to catch it tonight. So what did you all think of it? I've made it 3/4 of the way through Final Fantasy when I was a teenager. Or Final Fantasy VII when I was a teenager. You just got online. I think so. When I was really young, my first play of it, I mean, I had no chance of getting anywhere because it was just playing at a family friend's house. And I would have been 9 or 10 at the time. And I had one night. But I was always mystified by the cutscenes. The choices for the protag and antag. I don't remember much about those choices. So I don't have much of an opinion on them at this point. I hope to replay through Final Fantasy VII eventually. I just know that it really annoyed me that there was nothing I could do to save Aerith when I was a child. I mean, I think best is kind of subjective. Sephiroth? I didn't know you were a Sephiroth fan, Inky. Why do you like him so much? Okay, if it's for Sephiroth. Oh my goodness. I think I know someone who is gonna love hearing that. Of course, I guess it wasn't Sephiroth that actually did most of the total damage in the game. I mean, Inky is definitely one of those people who he says he's not a weeb, but some of the things he brings up, you would think he would be. Honestly, looking back, maybe they shouldn't have gone about these training areas in this fashion. It's a bit slow to grind through them. Clean them out. One charm. Okay. What all do I have to my name here? Cure. Is that it? Life. Not bad. Do I have to equip this? No. Okay. know, you just kind of sleep off poison and you're good. Trying to remember if I actually have to go through all these monsters to get different things. Ah, that's good. What are you playing, Inky? I'd like to thank my mom and dad. Oh, WarioWare? Oh, is it a newer one or is it the old one back as an emulated one? Old one as emulated from the GameCube on Switch. Okay. Yeah, the older one I used to play a lot with my brothers. Makes for a great party game. Oh, okay, that's trying to think. It might be possible. No, no, because of how you're playing it, it would be more difficult. Because one of the things I do plan on learning how to do is how to emulate games that can be played with other people from a distance, over the internet. Oh, I don't have a Switch, sir, so it probably wouldn't work. What did I do? I used to own a Switch. I just gave it to my cousins because they wanted one for the kids. I mean, I don't know if my cousin deserved to be beaten up for that. It's not like I'd played the Switch for 2 years prior to that. I mean, I wouldn't have given it up if they had Pokemon Stadium on it at that point, but they didn't. Are you getting a Switch 2 in the summer? Okay. I mean, it actually looks like it will play games pretty well. I mean, I don't like bots either. That's why the bot is gone. So Unicorn Overlord. How's that game? I heard it was really good. Mind you, I also only had the Switch for one game. It was actually for Super Smash Brothers. I played Ganondorf. So Ganondorf has been my main since Super Smash Melee. Okay. I mean, Tactics Reborn looked, or the modern ogre. Yeah, I assume that this is related to the ogre, or is it called Ogre Tactics Reborn or whatever? So I assume it's a modern version of that type of game. Oh, I know. I don't play Ganon because he's good. I play Ganon because I like him and his playstyle. Can't do it. Again, I don't have a Switch. I really am sorry about that. I did regret giving up my Switch for a second. Probably not. Because even though I regret getting rid of my Switch in the first place, I don't see myself spending another $300 to $500 on a new system. Okay, I've never actually seen just Ogre Battle. I mean, it is weird. I don't know why things like that happen. Some of it is a adjustment for getting sales. In other cases, it doesn't make as much sense. Oh, didn't talk to you yet, sir. I've turned into an old man. That you did. I mean, it's been happening for a long time, so I wouldn't say it's tariffs, though I get what you're referencing. Alright, I think that's good enough for here. I just needed some heal potions. But yeah, I know that it's pretty common in online pricing, so anything that's digital gets adjusted for regions and whatnot. So it's pretty common for if you live in a much poorer country, for everything to be much, much cheaper in terms of digital items. I didn't say Canada was poor. I don't know if I'd consider Canada rich at this point, but I'd never called it poor. The door's sealed shut. Well, here goes. Watch this. Aren't these something? I'll sell you some cheap. How about 50 for 30 gold pieces? Yep. Not even gonna question it. For a price, of course. Tristram, is that you as Inky? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Inky. By the time you shipped it here and took whatever price you were gonna take, it'd be much more expensive than anything that we can buy here. I can switch over to the Baldy. You want me to switch over to the other model? I am. I don't know how I feel about that comment. We the bald gang. Oh, that's funny. Well, you know what? If that's the case, it would be a royal shame. There you go. Ban anyone with a hairy scalp. Well, I'm not a big fan of stubble stash. It kind of came as a result of not communicating as well as I could have. And as such, I will probably recommission one with a different shirt and no stash. Does it? I'm not a big fan of the idea of the FF remake, but if it's a Bald Club, I might reconsider my position. Alright. I don't think this has any secrets that are super far out of the way. Life is a secret. It can be. I mean, we most of life is hidden away from most of the rest of the universe. What is that emote? Shh. Oddly enough, the character development element was not what annoyed me about the remake. I mean, maybe it's just bad memory of when I played the first, or when I played the original. But there was nothing regarding timelines or anything along those elements. And to me, it just felt kind of like the wrong Final Fantasy game to add those elements to. So, for instance, if they had done it with Final Fantasy VIII, it wouldn't have been a problem. Time travel already exists in Final Fantasy VIII. But that has a lot more to do with my beef with it than anything else. I actually like the extended storylines, such as Jess. Is it Jess or Jesse? I think it's Jesse. I mean, Jesse was one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy VII. And obviously, there wasn't much to, how would you say it? There wasn't much there originally because she is a side character to the umpmost degree. Plain Tifa? I mean, overall, I kind of agree with Tonberry. Typically, having a VA is better than no VA, though there are exceptions. God knows there are exceptions. You know, I never was a fan of Tifa myself. I liked Aerith more. I liked Yuffie more. I liked almost every other character more. It would be very different if Link spoke. I think it was a very good call on their side to remove any chance of him speaking, especially in the older games, not when they could have added voice acting. Link speaks with action. I mean, you are correct on Barry. You know, there's definitely one particular game where that's definitely true. So, Inky, have any favorite Zelda games? I always was a fan of the Link to the Past, and later on I really loved Twilight Princess. You gave up on all five you played. Why? I mean, I get that the first one would be a bit hard to play. Arguably, Twilight Princess is one of the better Zelda games, unless you just don't like its style. Don't know too much about Phantom Hourglass. And Breath of the Wild, while it looks cool, is definitely not your traditional Zelda game. I didn't actually like the fact that he became wolf. I actually liked the darker element of it, and you get to look into the world of the Twilight, which is probably the Dark World from previous games. Oh, I remember that. I completely forgot about Werewolf Sonic. Yeah, grr, you'll never beat me. I had the power of the earth, Crystal. Sorry, Crystal of the Earth. I mean, that's fair, Tonberry. I really, I have a soft spot for the Link to the Past and Link's Awakening and these Oracle of Seasons and Ages. Oh, tell me I did not make a mistake here. I might have made a mistake here. Please kill him. Well, I'm dead. I'm not. No, I am. Oh, it sounds like you're in a similar time zone to Inky. Um, so Ocarina, I did like Ocarina. But I also understand why games like Ocarina and Breath of the Wild would not be someone's favorite. I mean, he might like living in Cali. You never know. I hear the weather's great in Cali. Maybe not so much right now with the fires, but most of the time. I agree with you, Tonberry. Uh, I knew I wouldn't like breakable weapons either. Mind you, it was never. I'm not a big fan of that type of exploration, but I also knew that the breakable weapons looked annoying. Oh, look, the crystal. Never mind that. Get a load of this stuff. I'll keep this. Oh, here's what you wanted. Thank you. I'll take that. This. Oh, I guess I don't do anything with that. Gotta go. See you around, kid. Why, thank you, sir. I saw the face of a VTuber I watched. It's always weird to see. It's not the mechanic itself, it just feels wrong for a Zelda game. Yes. Yes. Well, like you're a person. It's, I mean, I never found it quite that jarring. Where I, but I never, how would you say it? When I watch a VTuber, I never expect to see their face by definition. So it's always just kind of jarring. But going back to the mechanic, yeah, breakable weapons in Zelda is really weird because all the Zelda games kind of focus on you getting these powerful weapons that are tailor suited for you traveling for the rest of the game. And in Breath of the Wild, everything is expendable. Oh, that's not nice. Talking about Breath of the Wild, I do recall him. Oh, I don't think he was naked in Breath of the Wild in the beginning. I know that in Tears of the Kingdom, he's kind of in this loincloth, ragged setup. More like a Highlander, I guess. I mean, you make a valid question. Is anyone else in that game British? Or is it, or is it just Zelda that has that accent? Thank you. Thanks for saving us in the trees. You are welcome. Go save. I already did. At least one of them. Look, I'm a little girl again. Well, you know what? When you have a point, Tonberry, you have a point. Wait, there was just stolen stuff from here. Jaybird, is it really you? Here's the elixir. Thank you. Now I can visit Spencer in Ocarina. Why don't I go to Ocarina first and look around? Where is it? It's through the focus tower and to the northeast. You know what, Tonberry, I think you're right. From now on, all normal elves should be British and all dark elves should be Australian. Can you save all 4 crystals? I think you said that before. Okay. Well, why are Brits lame, Inky? I mean, that's an assertion right there. I want to hear Mac's stories again. I can't decide if these punishment or if these battlefields are punishments or rewards. I just realized that's not just a minotaur, that's a zombie. Why do we have random minotaur zombies? No one is random. Hmm. God, planned for that Minotaur. So, Inky, if you end up in a zombie apocalypse, you're gonna try to converse with the zombies? Yes. Love from afar. Ah, bullets of love, I hear. Conv- but what happens after he convinces them that they're weebs? Are they gonna feel shame, or are they just gonna embrace it like some people do? They're gonna try to eat him? Sometimes I wonder, Inky, what have weebs ever done to you? Oh, it's a long story. Well done, Jaybird. Remember, Captain Mac will be crucial to your quest. A girl named Phoebe can help you. I'm going to Alqueria. Maybe you'll find her along the way. Made fun of Sephiroth. Some do. I'm not certain Sephiroth is as big of a name as it was 10 years ago. Did Sephiroth even end up being a secret boss in the most recent Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 3? Inky, I think I need to send you a picture. Give me one moment. Well, that is a problem. Sorry to hear that, Inky. I mean, stuff like that is never alright. Ah, I haven't eaten KFC in a long time, but I agree with you. I'd eat there sooner than I would McDonald's. Well, my brother won't eat KFC to save his life. I find it pretty funny. I mean, no need to beat him up. The last time he ate KFC, it just wasn't cooked all the way, so he just hasn't wanted it ever since. But I constantly offer him KFC. I mean, I don't know if he did or not. He was pretty young at the time. Though I did eat a lot of KFC when I was in Canada. It's been years now. I think I went to Canada 2018. Mind you, I didn't get to see anything impressive or anything. I was just in Toronto. So basically, I didn't get to see Canada. I guess I saw a normal big city. That would be a rough tour, from my understanding. A lot of Canada is not the easiest to navigate. Yeah, looking back, this game definitely could have used something to speed up the battlefields. You can't avoid them if you want everything. Not normally, but right now I do. How you doing, Phoebe? It's hopeless. I give up. I, I agree with you, Tom Berry. It, how would you say it? You can get by without grinding, but you have to get very creative at the end of those games. Aquaria is frozen and people are sick. Grandpa is trapped. Yep. Wait, have you ever heard of a man named Spencer? Why, he's my grandpa. What luck, let's go free him. But we can't, I'm going home. Wait, what's your name? Where are you from? I'm sorry, I'm Phoebe from Aquaria. You are Phoebe, then I'm going with you. Sir, she's twice your level. Paper Mario's good with the lack of grinding. Never played Paper Mario, but I played the predecessor, which is Mario RPG. The monster in the ice pyramid makes itself invisible. Okay. So Phoebe, where is Spencer trapped? In the tunnel. He was digging under here. The dirt is frozen solid, so he can't get out. Can't we melt it? Not until the wake water from the spring of life. Not until we get wake water from the spring of life. But a monster in the wintry cave stole the Libra crest, which warps us from the Libra temple, I think it's Libra temple to Life temple. Anyway, first we have to get the whatchamacallit crest back, right? Right. To Wintry Cave. I thank you. I love RPG. From the music to the leveling system, there's a lot of secrets to get. I think I've 100%ed RPG once, but it's been a while. Please move, sir. I thank you. Dude, he really gave me a good price on those bombs before. What? The ice doesn't melt even when heated. All the healing herbs are frozen, so I can't make my cure potion. There is one thing I've never managed to do in Mario RPG though, and that was get the 100 jumps. But my understanding is almost all of those are frame perfect. The cold air made my grandma sick. Okay. The monster in the ice pyramid. Up north is drained the power of the crystal water. Okay. How I'll buy my steel helmet for 200 gold pieces. Yep. Hope you're happy with the steel helm. I am. There's a magic mirror which reflects the images of monsters. It's there? Huh. That goes somewhere. these battlefields? Alright, go to bed, Inky. Have a good night. Oh, thank you for coming to chat. It was enjoyable. The stream's probably going to end in about 10 minutes anyway. I really do appreciate you coming by. Next time we'll rub our heads together. You know what? Sure, Inky. Shiny head flashbang. Ah, solar flare from Dragon Ball Z, maybe. Oh, please give me something good. And not just 75 bonus experience. Or 300 gold pieces. What I'm actually, so in this game, battlefields carry items that you can't get, well, not even a rare drop. So when you get to the end of a battlefield, you get something that is predetermined by that battlefield. These can vary from I think they can vary to weapons, but they can definitely include spells. So one of the spells I want is Exit, because it makes it a lot easier to play the game. I don't necessarily plan on cheesing any enemies, but the ability to cheese enemies is great. Plus, it allows me to quickly exit any dungeon. So that's specifically what I'm looking for. Beyond that, a lot of the better items in the game are also in Battlefields, except for the story-related ones. Plus, if I don't plan on cheesing the game, it's going to be required that I get levels anyway, so Battlefields are a good place to grind. Well, hello, Chuzzy. I hope you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Wait, have I not? Wow. It has not been set up the entire time. Here you go. Just for you, Chuzzy.
Oh, everybody's dead. Everybody's so freaking dead. Everybody's about to die. This is wonderful. No, you're dead. All y'all dead. Just cry now. Cry now. Run away.
Again, have a good night, Chuzzy. Ah, magic ring. Alright. Yeah. Oh, does that also prevent silence? That's good. Ah, Phoebe. You don't have to cure or heal me. Just kill them. Well, that's probably a good place to call it. Check and make sure I have everything saved. Oh, thank you for joining me, Tonberry. You and Inky made it very enjoyable. It was. It's a goofy game, but I enjoy it, and I really do appreciate you and Inky coming to share it with me. Hopefully, hopefully I stream it at a point where both of you will join me again. But either way, thank you, Inky. Thank you, Tonberry, and thank you, Chuzzy, for all coming by. I hope you all have a wonderful night and take care. I'm going to sign off now. Goodbye.